Greetings again, ladies and gentlemen. Joe with Jonose Cigars, back for the second of the March Jonose Cigars review in the month of my father, a wonderful brand. And I'm going to go ahead and touch on to one of their best lines that they've ever come up with, and that is the Bijou 1922. This is the size that won the Cigar of the Year according to Cigar Aficionado in 2015, which is the box press torpedo. This is a 6.1 by 52 ring gauge box press torpedo. Very beautiful dark brown wrapper, which the Garcias from the My Father factory call Habano Oscuro. Okay, this is a Nicaraguan Puros, a Nicaraguan long filler, binder, and wrapper, and the wrapper is, of course, a Cuban seed, a Nicaraguan grown tobacco. The pre-light aroma is a very nice sweet chocolate, cocoa, pungent barnyard, and some nice dry fruit off the foot. Very, very tight seams, a few visible veins, and kind of a weird lopsided tip on the torpedo end here. Interesting. Beautiful band work, two bands, and then of course a beautiful orange foot band at the end. Le Bijou literally translates in French as the jewel. Appropriate enough, as this is, I think, one of their crowning jewel cigars. And the 1922 commemorates the year that Jose Garcia was born, 1922. So let's go ahead and get this one cut, toasted, see what we can find out. Wow, perfect draw, incredible smoke output. Got a little bit of a breeze, so you can't really see how much smoke is coming out, but it's quite a bit. Really nice toasted cocoa bean, kind of a deep, rich leather, and some earthiness and black pepper coming off the first few puffs. A fairly spicy retrohale. A lot more wood notes coming through, and a heck of a lot of black pepper on the first couple of puffs and retrohale there. Very medium full, leaning more on the full side of smoke texture. Kind of a chewy, somewhat oily smoke. Loving everything about this so far. Spicy finish. Long spicy finish. Got a bit of a spicy tingle in the back of your throat. Alright, let this go a little bit further into the first third. Catch up with you then. See you then. 15 minutes in, well into the first third. Pretty good burn, not exactly razor sharp, but pretty darn good. Nice solid ash. The draw is absolutely perfection. Super relaxed, tons of smoke output, and the smoke texture is still very much a medium full. Nice chewy, slightly oily sort of smoke. The flavors are an intense, toasty earth and leather with some nice sweet cocoa, and a little bit of a black pepper spice, not nearly as intense as it was the first few puffs. It's kind of mellowed down a little bit. The retrohale, on the other hand, is still plenty spicy, with lots of oak notes coming off the retrohale too. The aroma is just this wonderful toasted cocoa bean sort of aroma. Not exactly chocolate, because there's not that creaminess that you would get with chocolate. It's more of a dry cocoa flavor, and the aroma is very reminiscent of that. Really beautiful flavors, intense, strong, potent. Everything about this is just right in my wheelhouse for flavor profile, so can't say anything bad about the way this thing tastes or really performs at this point. Just lovely. Alright, catch up with you as I get into the second third. I will see you then. "45 minutes in, well into the second third, almost about the halfway point here, and I'm going to go ahead and take this first band off of it so we don't start singeing the paper. Alright, flavors haven't really changed, except there has been an introduction of another new flavor, kind of a dried fruits, reminiscent of like a dried cranberry, maybe a dried cherry. Very nice. You got this, the oak, when it combines with dried fruit, it always kind of reminds me of like a cherry wood or some sort of fruit tree sort of wood. Very pleasant sort of flavor. Cocoa is still there. The leather and the toasty sort of earth is still very much there. and the smoke texture is virtually identical as it was when I first lit up. The black pepper spice is, while still there and a pretty long finish, it's not nearly as spicy as it was in the first third. The aroma is still just this wonderful, deep, rich earth and leather. Really lovely, lovely sort of cocoa elements in there as well. Draw and smoke output are still absolute perfection, and the burn has just been phenomenal. Retrohale is yielding a lot of nice toasted earth, little bit of toasted bread, and a lovely amount of leather in there too. Man, everything about this has just been absolutely dynamite. Alright, I will catch up with you as I get into the final third. I will see you then. About an hour and 20 in, well into the final third. Every now and then you'll get a cigar that you will smoke until your fingers are burning because it's just so good you can't put it out. This is one of them. This has just been absolutely delicious from start to finish, even down here at the nub, the final inch and a half. It has been tasting so good. Nothing overly stringent or acidic, not harsh, a nice warm toasty wood and leather and earth still coming, while the dried fruit is all but gone and the sweetness is all but gone. We got this nice savory, salty, toasty sort of flavor coming through, and while the smoke texture isn't quite as oily as it was in the first 2/3, it's still very, very good. The aroma has just been this lovely toasty earth, deep rich earth, a nice salty savory leather, cocoa in the first 2/3, and now it's just kind of settling down to a general toasted wood, earth, and leather. Smoke output and draw has still been absolutely phenomenal. And the burn, I haven't had to touch the burn up at all. Been really, really good. Hasn't been absolutely razor sharp, but nothing I can really fault it with. As you can see, there's just a tiny little bit of the wrapper on this one that's not catching up, but you let it go for a little while and it eventually makes its way up to even again. So, final score time. I don't even have to really think too hard. This one has just been absolutely wonderful. Hence, a 5-puff score on the Jonose scale. Mind you, this is not a cigar I would give to noobs. I would wait until they have been smoking cigars for a year or two before you actually introduce this one to them. And if you're new to cigars yourself, maybe wait a little bit more time before you actually try to light one of these up, because this one is definitely full flavored, not exactly full bodied, more of a medium full bodied, but the flavors are just so intense and strong and wonderful, really balanced, but they're intense. A little bit on the darker side, I guess, so it may be a little too much for you if you are in your first year of smoking cigars or so. It might be a little overwhelming. I think I had this discussion with some other commentator talking about the A.J. Fernandez New World. Similar thing with that. I wouldn't try the New World if you're in your first year of smoking cigars. It's just a little too much flavor going on for you to really appreciate until your palate has acclimated to it a little bit more. But if you're like me and you've been smoking cigars for multiple years, I think you'll really dig this one. This is just absolutely incredible. I've had the Gran Robusto size and the Toro size from the Le Bijou 1922 line. This is my first time having the box press torpedo, and the box press torpedo has the best draw that I've encountered in this line and the best smoke output. Flavors are about the same and the smoke texture is about the same, but boy, the draw is just incredible. I like a little bit of a looser draw. I know that's kind of a preferential thing, but this, just the amount of smoke you're getting off of it, even down here at the nub, is just absolutely wonderful. Thanks so much for joining me for the My Father Cigar Review number 2. As always, make sure you click the like button if you like this video, and click my handsome head in the bottom right corner of the screen to subscribe to my channel. Quick note, if you subscribe, make sure you click the little bell icon so you actually get notifications. A couple of my subscribers have asked me, hey, I subscribed and I'm not getting notifications. You got to click the bell icon so that you get notifications. I wasn't aware of that until fairly recently, that was actually a thing. But yeah, you got to click the bell icon to get notifications, so please make sure you do that. Thanks again, like I said, until the next cigar review later in March. Smoke a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, thanks for checking out Jonose Cigars. If you like this cigar video and all things cigars in general, click this handsome head right here to subscribe to the Jonose Cigar channel to get notifications every time I release an awesome new video. And if you like this video, I'm sure you'll like this randomly selected one that YouTube has for you. Check that one out. Let's get that watch count up as high as possible.